Hey everyone, and welcome back to the BobKast. I'm Bree Bragg, taking over for Drew this week, and I am super excited to be in today's seat and chat a little bit with Coach Cliff himself and special guest today, Fudge. You're a fan favorite. I'm happy to have you here today to talk to us, and I'm also happy to have you here selfishly because I'm hoping that you're going to take over this sports segment. When they asked me to fill in for the show, I was like, I don't know that you want that. I don't know if you want me talking about basketball. So thank you. Thank you for helping me is what I'm saying.
So you made it when you just be introduced as one name.
Fudge. Yeah.
Everybody know you're talking
goals
about.
Right there. Yeah.
That's how you do it, man.
Maybe one day I'll just be like Bree, but right now I need that second name too. So welcome to the BobKast, Fudge.
Thank you.
And thank you for coming back, Cliff. We were hoping that you didn't get scared away after the first one.
Man, that first one was exciting. It was on fire. That was a fire.
But this one's not so exciting.
Oh, it's going to be exciting.
Okay.
Just
making
more.
sure.
Check it out. That's beautiful there.
Yeah, wow, that is good. It looks like they're going to be bringing us out all kinds of food today for the BobKast. We are here filming in downtown Kokomo at Cook McDougal's. A shout out to Sean, who takes good care of us at the Kokomo Post and with the BobKats, because I know that you guys frequent this place, right? He's been feeding you throughout the season.
Yeah, we definitely come through here and get some good food.
Yeah.
We like the vibes here.
Do you have a favorite dish?
The chicken wings for me.
The chicken wings? What about you, Cliff?
I like that the spring roll. The
spring rolls?
It was not the Irish.
Yeah, I think you're
Scottish.
right. Was it the Scottish? I think
It was the Scottish.
it might have been
rolls.
the Scottish. Yeah, they have corned beef in it, right?
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, they're really good.
Oh my God, that's
I think
good.
the guys like the McDougal balls.
The McDougal balls, which is a classic here in Kokomo. I have to know, what was your reaction to hearing the name the first time you came here and they told you to try the McDougal balls?
I really was a little skeptical at first. I didn't want to do it at first,
Right.
but after I watched everybody else, I did it. I was like, okay, they're pretty good though.
They are pretty good. It's a must get if you come and visit Cook's here in downtown Kokomo. So we are going to hop into it today. Like I said, Fudge is going to take over the sports section for me today, but we got to catch up on what happened this weekend. It was an intense, crazy, and hot weekend at Kokomo Memorial Gym. I think we have to address that first and foremost.
Well, it was one of those games. It was a scary game.
Yeah.
It was a fun game.
Yeah.
You didn't know what was going to happen.
Yeah, definitely.
And more importantly, it was one of those, you always stayed on your P's and Q's because something may happen that may make you laugh, may make you cry, or just make you sad.
Yeah, I was feeling all of those emotions as I was watching you guys literally slide across the court. With the humidity and the heat that has been happening in Kokomo, that court is getting wet. And you guys have the kids working overtime there with the mops and the rags.
Yeah, they've been getting it in.
Yeah, they've been working extra hard. Tell me about that. How has that experience been? Have you had any struggles like that before?
No, especially not at Memorial. The flow is always pretty good, but this weekend it was rough. Like, we watched a lot of guys slip and fall, bust themselves, so it's a little scary.
I got to see one player from the Thoroughbreds, I think, that did a front flip over one of his other guys, so that's terrifying. Coach, are you freaking out during these moments?
Somewhat. I was freaking out when the referee slipped and fell.
Oh, I didn't catch that one.
Oh, he hit hard.
Oh, no, I missed that.
He hit hard,
one.
and I just thought he wasn't going to give us no more calls the rest of the game.
Yeah, it was an intense weekend at Memorial Gym. Now, Sunday's game, you guys got to play a little cool, although we still did walk away with a win, and you guys were killing it. You were bringing the heat, quite literally, to the court that Sunday. But Sunday, we were able to relax a little bit because you guys were already going to the playoffs, right? So
we were going to the playoffs, but we had clinched the division title.
Okay.
So, we're the first pro team to be the first place in the Midwest division capturing the first Midwest title.
That's exciting. That's
City
really
first.
exciting.
Very
City of
exciting.
first.
Yeah. And
City of first.
speaking of, people of Kokomo are stoked that you guys are going to playoffs. They are so excited, and Sunday's energy in that building was insane. When I left the building, I went back home, I stepped out of my vehicle, my ears were literally ringing because Memorial Gym was so loud on Sunday night.
You know what? And that's what I like about our gym. It's one of those gyms that everyone is screaming and yelling, and you can't hear each other. You can be standing next to each other, and you're yelling at each other. If you don't read lips, you're gonna be in trouble.
Yeah. That's for
Sign
sure.
language and lips. You get lost. You'd be like, what the heck's going on?
I know. Yeah, it gets intense. And I am fortunate enough that I've got to be your MC this season, which has been a pleasure. I have had so much fun doing that. I MC the home games, but I don't travel with you guys. But from what I've seen from watching the stream, there is no crowd like the Kokomo crowd and the TBL.
We got the best crowd in the league.
We have the best crowd in the league. We have the best attendance in the league.
Yeah.
We have the best atmosphere in the league.
Yeah.
By far.
Memorial Gym is old school basketball. It's barnstorming. I mean, it's everything you know and love about Indiana basketball is right there. So we have a home court advantage. As soon as anybody walk into that building, it's like, oh my gosh, the gods are in here. They're on their side, So
you definitely can feel it.
It's just a warm feeling.
Yeah.
Other than going other places and play, it's not the same. We feel that we still have home court when we go to other places.
Yeah. Yeah, and you guys have lots of fans that travel with you too when you go away, which is amazing.
And they're rowdy.
They are rowdy.
The other team gets so frustrated when our team fans are yelling and screaming.
Yeah, sometimes we have a bigger crowd than the home court.
We've noticed that. Yeah, we're at home cheering you guys on even when you're not here. I'll tell you that much. My son is a mega fan. I've got to be honest with you guys. Sports is not my thing, right? This is my first go around with sports, and I'm so glad that they trusted me to do it. Thank God it's just the entertainment stuff, because Fudge, that's why we're here today, to cover the sports section for me.
You've been doing your thing.
Thank you. So, but we cheer you guys on at home, and that's something we notice every time too, is that our fans are there and they are rowdy at every single game. So that's awesome. And I'm sure that probably messes with the other team's head a little bit. Do you think?
Well, a lot of times because they're like, well, are we home or are we away?
Right.
They just start second guessing instead of where they're playing at. Because most of the time when they play, it's not as loud.
Yeah.
It's loud, but not.
It rattles them a little bit.
Yeah, but when we're there, they know we've been there.
Yeah.
Yeah, they feel our crowd. They feel the energy. They hear us.
For sure, they hear you. I think that all of Kokomo can hear you guys when you're at home. But I think that especially rattles them when they are here at Memorial Gym and they are playing you guys and we have that intense crowd. I have to bring this up because this is something that I respect and I also find pretty funny, is that the BobKats keep their cool, right? Yes. And I'm sure that has a lot to do with you, Cliff, and the coaching. So you probably keep these guys in check. You keep them in line. Would you agree?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
He's a great role model. He's the one we follow in his footsteps.
Yeah, and that's
great. Never
great.
see him get outside of his comfort zone.
Cliff always keeps it cool. You really do. I can't say the same for some of the other teams. They get a little nasty out there. They have a lot to say sometimes.
Well, that's basketball. You got to be chippy. The more chippy you are, the bigger edge you feel you have against the other opponents. But that's why I try to keep my guys level-headed. Let them talk.
Yeah.
At the end of the game, just point the scoreboard.
Yeah, right.
And
let the game do the talking.
Yeah, I mean, but sometimes you have to say something to guys just to get them off of you. Yeah. Because, let's face it, we're all competing.
Right.
Everybody is a competitor. If you let someone talk and get the best of you, you'll never get them off your back. But sometimes you got to say something and get them off your back and move on. But don't bite into that bait they're setting out there for you to fall in that trap for the referees now get involved in it. You can talk, but don't let the referees get involved. Yeah,
the technicals have been flying around a little bit. There was some tension at Sunday's game. There was a player there on the other team that had a lot to say, but the BobKats, you guys handled it well. You kept your cool, you played smart, and at the end of the game, like Cliff said, you got to point at the scoreboard and show them, you got to walk the walk, and they talked the talk, but you guys still won. They tried to talk the talk.
Couldn't do it.
Speaking of the game this weekend, we had another exciting thing happen, the tornado warning.
Yeah.
And Cliff, you are from the Midwest, but you're not from Indiana. Is this something that you've experienced before? Is weather affecting your games?
I've seen 2 tornadoes in my life.
Okay.
And when I was coaching in Dodge City, we had a tornado warning because Kansas is Tornado Alley. Yeah. So we had a couple tornado stoppage of the game and go to the shelters and then come back and finish playing the game.
Yeah,
a couple of times like that.
Yeah, well, we had a situation occur this weekend. Sunday, we had a tornado warning happen. I knew something was happening because I saw the firefighters chatting with some of the security guards, and I saw, and of course, you guys are focused on the game, and I was like, Cliff is getting ready to get a bomb thrown at him with 4 minutes left of the game, mind you.
Well, I seen the commotion myself.
Yeah.
And then they would start whispering, and then that's when I called a timeout.
Yeah.
So they can get their PA announcement in. So,
yeah.
But one thing I love about Memorial Gym as well, it's a fallout shelter, and nothing's going to happen.
Right.
That building has been there since 62.
It's been there a long time. We were safe there. I actually had this whole conversation with the mayor. We filmed with the mayor yesterday, and I told him what I was so surprised by from people that live here in Kokomo is the second we made that announcement, half of the people got up and left, which is like Tornado 101, stay put.
Stay put.
Right.
Stay
put.
Hunker down.
So kudos to you guys again for playing it cool. I think between the noise, the athleticism that you guys bring to the court, and the tornado warning, I think the other team was rattled a little bit. I think they were.
I hope they were. That's why I think that's why they laid down and said, well, let's go. Let's hurry up and get this game away.
Yeah, I think it was over for them.
Yeah.
They didn't have another punch in them.
Yeah. Well, that was all the excitement, the recap that happened this weekend. And Fudge, the fans have got to know you so much because you've appeared in lots of the Kokomo Post content.
Go there, I don't want to talk about Fudge. I want to talk about this food.
You want to talk about the food?
Because it's killing me right now.
All right. We can pause. Okay.
Now, what do we have?
So we have McDougal balls here, and then we have Dublin chips.
Dublin chips.
Yes, and it looks like they're going to be bringing some tacos out to us soon. You guys go ahead and dig in here.
I need some utensils or something. What?
No, you just go in.
They're teasing us right now.
You just go in. It's finger food, right?
You never been scared before.
Yeah, right.
Come on, now. Just don't dig in.
McDougal balls.
And you have to have the cheese sauce, right?
Yeah, these fire right here.
Now, they brought McDougal balls to one of the games, except they changed the ingredients a little bit. Were you able to watch the halftime show that game? You weren't able to?
I'm never at halftime.
Okay.
So
Sean came with McDougal balls, and they made spicy McDougal balls. He told me when I came here the next week that they added like an insane amount of peppers to them. And I'm over there gathering our fans to go and apparently torture them. I didn't realize they were going to be that hot. But I think that we had some people that were sick during the halftime show. So these ones you're safe with.
Oh my God.
You see me looking, I'm like, okay.
No, I think you're safe with these ones. Yeah, you're good. You guys got to dig into this and tell me what you think about that. Those look delicious. This is like their version of nachos.
What's it called again?
It looks like Dublin chips. They have some beef on there.
Coach acting scared.
Yeah, dig in there, Coach. I told him I made a big mistake by eating lunch before we came here. But I guess if you guys try it, I have to try it too, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
That's good.
Oh.
See, this is why I love Kokomo.
A little ASMR happening right now. We've got our sound people back here. They're giggling. It's probably because they can hear us munching.
Man, what's this sauce?
We have tacos here: prime rib, fried cod, and grilled cod. Wow.
This is grilled cod. This is fried cod. Grilled cod.
Look at that thing. That's massive.
Oh, man.
I wonder if we can get some B-roll of that. That is crazy. Can we see that in the camera? That's insane. Cook McDougal's knows how to do it. All right. Well.
Okay.
While we munch, let's get back into the conversation. Fudge, like I was saying, our audience has got to know you quite a bit because you have been in a lot of the Kokomo Post videos. We've been fortunate enough to catch up with you guys every single week and film some kind of fun video with you guys. Last week, we were there torturing you with hot sauce.
Oh, man, yeah, that was tough there.
I was scared that we were going to get in trouble by Coach because I wasn't sure. Trey took one for the team, let me tell you.
Y'all, listen, he was hurting after that, y'all. I don't know, but he was hurting after that.
I had a feeling he would be. I was scared that you guys were going to like get sick from it, and then
tried to throw up in my car. I almost had to kick him out.
Trey, see, you're calling him out. You're calling him out.
My bad.
But so we've got to know you a little bit through that. But the people here, my people here, tell me that there's an interesting connection and story between you and Cliff that I don't know about, but I'm intrigued and I want to know about. So I hear you're Cowboys.
Yes. Long
He's
before
a
I
cowboy.
started playing
I'm a
basketball.
fake cowboy.
You're a fake cowboy.
I'm a fake cowboy. He's
Okay.
a cowboy. I'm a fake cowboy.
All right, so I have to know. I don't see Fudge and see cowboy, so I need to know more.
Well, when I was about 4 years old, I had my stepdad. He had introduced me to horses, so ever since then I've been riding horses. I got our hat on right here, T4 Performance Horses.
Okay.
That's the name of our ranch. But before I started playing basketball, I was just a cowboy. I didn't do any sports or anything in school. Like my family, we've had horses in Gary, Indiana since long as I know.
Wow.
And, yeah, that's pretty much all we did until about my 8th grade year. And I had met Coach Cliff. My parents met him at a horse sale, and I wasn't there. I don't know what the connection was. He just came to the barn and surprised me one day, and he was like, I'll teach you how to play basketball if you train my pony. So I was like, yeah, that's easy,
So it's
man.
a deal you
that.
made there.
Yeah. Well, it was an old school bartering deal.
Okay, so you were
bought it.
purchasing the horse.
Yeah, we had bought a pony,
Okay.
and for my granddaughter.
Every little girl's dream.
So,
She
bought
said,
a pony
Grandpa,
for her.
I want a pony, and you said bet.
So and then Val, my better half, she knew his stepfather, Tim,
Okay.
and his mother. So we didn't know we was at the sale. We hadn't planned on being at the sale, and she saw me at the sale. They started talking, and he was telling her, get this horse, get this pony, So we got some horses, some ponies at the show, and then the pony wasn't broke, and so we said, well, we got to get the pony broke for the granny. And his father said, well, Fudge can break him.
So you trained the pony.
Yes, definitely.
So
It's
breaking
pretty
is
easy.
training, right? You didn't like physically break the pony.
Well,
Nah,
Okay,
I broke
okay.
him so he can ride him.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was
I'm
kinda
learning
tough.
so much these days between horses and sports. Okay, so you didn't break the pony, you trained the pony.
I trained him. It was kind of
Okay.
difficult though, because at the time I was probably just about maybe 6 foot. So me on a pony, it didn't really work out. I couldn't ride it as much. I had to have my little brother help me
Okay.
out. But we definitely got the job done.
And I think your little brother, he's like really into it, right? Because I follow you on Instagram. I see your guys' stories, and he just won something, right?
Yeah, he was actually invited to the Bill Pickett Rodeo.
Okay.
They aired it live on CBS.
Oh, wow.
It was the first time they did an all-black rodeo on television.
That's awesome.
He ended up getting second place in breakaway roping.
Very cool.
So he's a roper, and he definitely is a lot more advanced than I was at the
Okay.
time. But
That's impressive.
He's a real deal cowboy. He's different.
I love to hear that. I would have never expected to hear that from you.
Yeah.
I just get to know the basketball Fudge. So you are you just as good with horses as you are a basketball?
I think I'm a little better with the horses, because
Wow.
I've been doing that since I was 4. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? So that's kind of like, to me, it's like the back of my hand. It's pretty easy.
I would have
to
never
me.
guessed. And
Right.
Cliff,
And the
what's
fu-
your
and
connection
the
with the
fun-
horses?
Well, my better half, she's been a roper too, a barrel racer.
Wow, okay.
So she used to ride barrels all the time. So that's how the connection
neat.
with his stepfather and her. They've been
Gotcha.
they've been in the cowboy circuit forever. So they're
Yeah,
together.
there's a lot of rodeos
Yeah.
and gaming shows in Indiana and Illinois that they go to.
Wow, that's
And then
so cool.
The funny part about it is,
Yeah.
I trained him for 2 years.
Uh-huh.
Then he went away to school, and he moved away to Texas.
Yeah.
And then he ended up getting a scholarship to go to college. In the meantime, we would talk on the phone periodically, just keeping up with him.
Yeah.
And then he went to college, and I remember he called me, and he got kicked off the team.
Oh no, what did you do, Fudge?
I just wasn't doing what I was supposed to.
Yeah, that'll get you kicked off. Yeah,
And
that'll
then
get you fired.
he was like, "Well, the coach is not doing this," and I said, "You know what? It's not the coach, it's you. What you do is you go back there, you apologize to that coach, and ask what can you do to get back on that team."
Yeah.
And he did that and got back on the team and became one of the better players on the team.
Nice.
Definitely. After I talked to Cliff, we had a good talk about everything. It was more than just about the team. When
Yeah.
I talked to him, he told me, you need this connection with your school. It's not just, your ego with the basketball coach. So
Yeah.
I definitely tightened that relationship up, and I'm glad I talked to him about it, because it
Yeah.
definitely helped me get back to where I needed to be.
And
Oh,
then
that's
I hadn't
cool.
seen him in 3 years. I hadn't seen him play. He was sending me clips and everything, but
Yeah.
I haven't really seen him play until he came to the combine camp. that we had in Hammond, Indiana.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I was so amazed how much taller he's gotten and how physically he was. It was like, this ain't the same kid I started training back in the day. But
yeah, I was hoping I wasn't when I came back, man. I'm trying to put his team. I'm like, I can't be that little Fudge no more. I got to be
big Fudge now.
guy, yeah.
Okay, so I have to ask, that's an incredible story. I was wondering, they told me at the office, like, did you know that Cliff and Fudge are Cowboys? And I'm like, I'm sorry, what did you say to me? And they're like, we're not going to tell you. You have to ask them so they can tell you. So that's awesome. Fudge, where did you get your name from? Where did Fudge come from?
It's a funny story. So I got my name actually at birth. So
birth?
Yes, at birth. They tell me when I came out the womb, my aunt, they all looked at me. They said I was a funny looking baby. They said I looked like an alien. They said I was all different colors. I was gray and purple and stuff.
Love it.
So my aunt just came in and she looked at me. She's like, oh, no, we're going to have to give this baby a nickname. And she just called me Fudge.
And it stuck.
It stuck since
and now
then.
You're Fudge.
I didn't know that until, I was about 5 or 6.
They didn't tell you. They kept it a secret.
Yeah,
you just
they
went
kept
along.
it secret for a
you had
while.
no questions for your whole life.
Nah, I just went with it.
You just roll with it. Okay.
I just know my mama called Tremont. I probably was in trouble, so I just kept it Fudge.
Okay, fair. I had to know. I'm always intrigued. When I got to meet all of you guys, you all introduced yourselves as your nicknames, and I was like, well, these are not their birth names. Got that. I need to know how they got these names. So I've been curious. I'm glad you answered the question. Let's get into the sports talk. Cliff, I hear you come pretty prepared, right? You have all the stats that you want to talk about. We're going to talk about playoff games. So go ahead. You guys tell me, what are we in store for playoff season?
Well, oh man, that's a good taco.
Those tacos will get you. Gotta be careful.
But they playing against Dayton, they have a few players that are we have to make sure we keep our eye on.
Yeah.
Means number 0, Tyshawn number 1. Their number 8 is who can't think of his name, but those are the 3 cogs in the wheel that make that team go.
Okay.
Tyshawn's a shooter. He shoots the ball any and everywhere on the floor. And when he gets hot, he's one of those guys who's hard to stop when he gets hot because he's a jitterbug, and he comes off picks and just shooting it. Means is more of a crafty, take my time, dissect you type of player.
Okay.
He makes guys play defense on him the whole time, pay attention to him. He gets offensive rebounds and sneaky points. Number 8, I got to put it out there, give Fudge the business.
That was petty, man. That was
gives
petty.
Fudge the business. And
Petty.
he has a nice mid-range game. He shoots that free throw jump shot and the top of the circle jump shot very well. If we don't get out on him and guard him, he gets that rhythm. Going to the basket, he poses a threat because he's a nice size. He's very physical. He gets to the basket, and he can finish the basket. So those are the 3 main guys we have to make sure we pay attention to and focus on containing them. I'm not going to say we're going to stop them because there's not a player on our team that they can stop as well. Mm-hmm. But we have to contain those guys and keep their numbers very reasonable, around the 12 to 15 point game. If they get into the 20 to mid 20s to high 20s, we're going to be in trouble. We'll be in for a dogfight the whole game. So, that our strategy is to contain those guys. And then on the offensive side, we have to make sure that we make them work on defense. A lot of times our team will come down and shoot a quick shot, which drives me nuts.
I've noticed that courtside. I get to see those expressions.
Yeah, he's very animated during the game. Very.
The quick shots in the late part of a game bothers me more than the quick shots in the first part of the game.
Yeah.
The middle, it doesn't bother me as much. But starting the game off with shooting jump shots and not getting the rhythm, or at the end of a game, not understanding the time, possession, and score. And I preach that all the time to them. Time, you got to know how much time's on the clock. Possession, understand if we scored or what plays we scored on. Mm-hmm. And the clock, the shot clock.
Yeah.
I mean, you have to you have to know the score and the clock, because the score is if we're up by 2, and you come down and shoot a quick shot, then
go down quick as we
go
went
down.
up.
You go down another 2. But if you're up by 2, you shoot a quick top. I mean, you're down by 2, shoot a quick shot. You can go further in the hole. So you got to understand.
A lot of strategy goes into this.
You may have shot a shot in the first half. Well, I just shot that shot in the first half. It's different from the second half.
Yeah.
So you got to understand all those elements that's going on when you're on the floor. And that's what I'd be trying to teach my guys, not just play the game, understand the game.
Yeah.
When you understand the game, it becomes a lot easier. Mm-hmm. It's just like anything else. Once you understand the fundamentals of anything, you can grasp hold of anything that's thrown at you. But if you don't understand the fundamentals, it's hard.
Right.
Yeah, definitely.
So how are you guys feeling about playoffs? Are you training any differently for this? I've noticed personally that it looks like we have the athletic advantage. It seems like you guys are quick. You guys practice hard. I know that I'm not there for all of it. I think you guys wake up pretty early every day to get this in, right?
Yeah, we usually go at it about 7 o'clock.
It has to be, because I'm still wiping sleepy out of my eye. I show up to Carver Center groggy, and you guys have already gotten your workout in for the day. So it seems like you're a pretty athletic team. It seems like that's your advantage. What is that what you rely on? What are you doing to prepare for playoffs?
I don't think we just rely on our athleticism. I think Coach tries to get us to understand the game, like he was just saying. He wants us to figure out the little things that we need to do so we have a better advantage than just using our athleticism. Just simple things like boxing out, you know what I'm saying, focusing on our free throws. Just the little things is really what makes a difference, you know what I'm saying.
Well, preparing-wise, it's really no different. You don't really change up what you're doing. You just focus more on the details, the fine details of things. It's like, some of the older people understand what I mean. You in the radio, in the car, you try to find your station. You just going fine-tune it till you get to the right. Oh, there it is.
Yeah, that's not a thing anymore, Cliff. You just hit that search button or you turn on iTunes,
See,
right?
That's what I'm saying. That's what I said. So the older people understand what I mean. You come to a stop and you're like, okay, it's not in. Let me slide up a little bit more so I can now I hear it. But
that's a good analogy.
That's the way basketball is. Once you get to the playoffs, it's not about changing what you're doing. You don't change up what you're doing. Only thing you do is fine-tune it.
Okay.
You pay attention to the smaller things now. And especially when you're playing against a team that you're going to see 3 times possibly.
Yeah.
So they're looking at everything you're doing. You're looking at everything they're doing, opposed to preparing for this team this week, this team the next week, this team on Tuesday, this team on Thursday. You're preparing at one round, just focusing on that team, and that's all. You have to, I'm trying to get these guys to understand, watch the guys you're playing against, watch your position, watch what they do and they don't do well. Make them do the things they don't do well, cut off the things they do well. So it's a little chess match now with the playoffs. More, the first part of the season's checkers. You just try to see where everything is. Then it comes down to the little things will make a difference. You may miss a box out, they get a tip in. That could be the difference of a win or a loss. So that's what all the thing I do now is just try to tune everything in and get everybody to stay focused.
That's the strategy
just
then.
Tighten up on us, make sure we all the way right. All the little stuff that we do.
You feel like you're all the way right?
Yeah, we getting there.
You're getting there.
Up all the loose screws.
No, they haven't felt the tight yet.
Yeah,
this first round.
You guys have practice after this too, right?
Yeah, we have practice after this. Yes, and we're gonna like I said, we're just gonna just fine tune everything because we play tomorrow, and I want to see where these guys' heads are, and I want to keep their heads in a good space. So this is the best time of the season, especially during the playoffs, and you can see what your real guys are. Your core guys are really made of.
Yeah. Well, that's great. The strategy is just to fine tune. I'm excited to see how the playoffs go. Do we want to talk about stats over the weekend? Because Fudge, you made the top this week. You were one of the top guys. Made the points, right?
Oh yeah, I think so.
Yeah, he had a. It's funny when these guys slow down and do the little things I want them to do. They have great games.
Yeah.
And then they wonder, oh, I could have did that all the time, but no. But when you start going outside of what you do, or I know what you can do, you're trying to do other things, that makes a big difference. This week, he was locked in, totally locked in this weekend, bought into everything I was trying to tell him to do and get him to do. And I think he settled in and finally found out, if I do it this way, I can have a great game every game.
Right.
And that's what he's been. That's what this weekend he did a really good job this weekend at that.
Yeah, you had a great game this weekend. It's so much fun watching you guys. It's so much fun seeing the new guys too, because I got so used to and comfortable with the core guys that I got to know, and now we have some new players. They're doing a great job. Lloyd, he's been amazing, right?
Yes.
Shorter guy on the team, totally relate. I'm always the short guy on the team too. So I've been enjoying him. He's fun. Beans, he's been killing it. So talk a little bit about those guys. Has it been harder for them to get into the swing of thing? You're coming into an established team who's killing it. How was the process for them?
Well, I don't think it's been very hard for them because the personnel. I look for a certain kind of personnel when I'm putting a team together. I look for complementary players of what we have already. I mean, there was a lot of players that I could have chose to come with this team to fill in the voids when Akil left and Gino, stepped away. Mm-hmm. So it's a fine line of managing the egos.
Yeah.
And you have to have the right guys and the right chemistry so you don't disrupt what you have going.
Yeah.
And I think we had a great balance of Chiefs and Indians.
Yeah.
If you have too many Chiefs, nothing gets done. You have too many Indians, they don't know where to go.
Right.
So we have a fine balance of that. And I like when I did research on Lloyd, what kind of person he was on and off the court.
Yeah.
Same thing with Beans. When Beans came to me, I told him exactly what I was looking for. I don't want no more, no less. I don't want you going out to three-point line shooting threes. I have somebody to do that.
Yeah.
I just want you to rebound and play in the post. He's been doing a great job.
Yeah.
And Avery is just coming along. He's just now learning how to play our way, the Bobcat way.
Yeah.
And a lot of guys don't understand. When you start playing a certain style of basketball, once you understand it, everyone's on the same page, it makes your job a lot easier.
Right.
Yeah, it's definitely an adjustment period. I feel like some of the guys, they have to just feel our energy and see how we go about things. And after they do that, then they come on pretty easy.
I was curious about that for you, and I know you have to head out of here soon to practice because you guys got some big stuff happening this week, I guess. But I know that these are skilled and great players, but that's got to be a little bit of... It's got to be a little hard to adjust to personalities, new people coming in. But truly, the BobKats seem like the brotherhood is so tight there. How is that, welcoming in new members, especially when you're established and you have your core guys there?
Well, I mean, to be honest, at first it was a little difficult. It was kind of hard because, we got our core. We felt like, it's supposed to stay tight. But Cliff, he does a great job of bringing the right guys in. And we just bring them on and welcome them the right way. We don't just... look at them no type of certain way. We look at them as like, you're our team, but we're going to challenge you we're going to push you to see your limits. Yeah. And the guys that we bring in, they always step up to the challenge. And, I mean, it's been fun so far.
Well, it's some guys step up to the challenge and some guys
the guys that are here.
Some guys fall to the wayside.
I was going to say, I've noticed a few that have familiar faces. They're going quickly.
But you know what? Speaking of familiar faces, I mean, I thought long and hard about bringing a player back, and it's always when a player leaves, you always wonder, should I bring them back? Should I try to integrate them back to what we're doing? And Larry Plummer started off with us.
Yeah, Larry.
And he's a good player, and sometimes young players get overzealous and want to play right away. Right. And with me, I like to, when I see a good player that can be a great player, I want to bring them along slowly. And some guys want to be faster. So, we had a talk, and he decided to leave. He left, but I called him recently and asked him, did he want to come back? And he just got back in town yesterday, so I'm happy that he's back on the team.
He's back.
He's definitely back.
I'm so excited to hear that.
Boy's back.
I know that we're talking sports here. I know Larry's a great player. Aside from that, Larry is a fun personality. You guys are such a great group of guys. We've had so much fun with you. We so appreciate you being a part of our community. You guys feel like family to us at this point. And Larry was one of the core guys that was with you guys.
So my best friend.
I'm really happy to hear that. That's awesome. So we're breaking the news now that Larry is coming back.
Larry, he's not coming back. He is
back. Okay, so he'll be there for playoffs.
He'll be at practice today.
Wow, that's exciting. Okay, well, hi Larry, welcome back. Glad to have you back. Yeah, I'm so excited to hear that. So we'll wrap it up. I know that you guys have to get out of here for practice. Let's talk about playoffs. We are starting tomorrow, right?
Tomorrow.
And then we'll be home Friday.
Yep. Friday.
What do you want to see from the players, and what do you want to see from the fans on Friday at Memorial Gym?
Well, first of all, I want to see our players step it up a notch.
Okay.
I want to start seeing that killer on the court where they see a team hurting and they just put them down. You know, don't let them suffer. Just put them down and be done with it. On the road especially, you know, on the road you cannot allow a team to hang around. If you got the edge on them, put them out and be done with it and be done with the game early. With the playoffs, we have to be, you know, play as many possible games and win as many possible games.
Yeah.
So you want to play less games, but you want to win. So I want my guys to still focus in on winning and playing least amount of games, because we play every other day now. So guys have to get their rest in. So that, you know, when you're playing 4 weeks every other day, it takes a toll on you. So I want them to focus on that. With the fans, we're going to need you Friday to give us that boost to get us to that next round, because getting to the next round is going to be the utmost importance for us to make that step toward the championship.
Yeah.
And we want to bring a championship here back to Kokomo the first year of the first pro team.
That would be incredible. I wasn't sure what to expect from you guys coming out of the game. This is the first time we've had a professional team come to Kokomo. We have the Jackrabbits, they're a college team. This is a professional team, so a little different there. But wow, you guys have killed it in more ways than one. So excited that Jeff and Mark, they gave us the opportunity to have you guys here. Cliff, you have been a joy to be around. Seriously, it's so much fun watching you and getting to see you interact with the players. We love the players. You guys have been a blast. Cannot wait to see you guys in the playoffs. Do you have any last comments, Fudge, about the playoffs? What do you want to see from your team, and what do you want to see from the fans?
From the guys, I just want the guys to stay locked in. I feel like mentally they've been doing a lot of the little things to get their games better, get their heads right, like watching film, just getting in the gym extra. So I just want everybody to keep doing what they're doing and just keep push it to another level. And for the fans, we just need y'all to come on now, keep doing what y'all doing. Y'all always exhilarating. So just come on and bring all the energy. We're going to need it for this playoff run.
Bring all the energy. That's what you need. All right. So there you have it. All right. We will wrap it up today. Kokomo, we will see you at Memorial Gym this Friday. What time's tip-off on Friday, guys?
7:05.
7:05 tip-off. Come early. Get your seats. Get your concessions. Get your pregame entertainment, which is me, shameless plug. I want to see you there. I'll help get the crowd rowdy for you guys.
I think it's whiteout. I think it's
whiteout it is.
So everyone wears your white T-shirts and show up in forces.
Yes, we'll see you there for the whiteout game, for the playoffs. Thank you to Cook McDougal's for partnering with us for the BobKast. Thank you for feeding us this delicious food. I might have to fight these guys a little bit for the leftovers. We'll see how it goes. They're taking it. I figured. All right, fair enough. So thank you to Cook McDougal's. Thank you to Sean. We will see you next week for another episode of the BobKast.